What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So we've had a few updates with the competition. First one is they have lowered the weights of the kegs, which I'm a little bit torn about because in the last video I discussed how I couldn't get the 95 kilo keg up. Last week I did them again and I got the 95 kilo up like nothing, and I ended up doing 5 sets of 5 strict press. So once I changed my form, they were actually quite easy. So I was actually really looking forward to it after realizing that I was able to get the weight up. But now they've dropped the weights because apparently there have been a few people complaining about the kegs being too heavy. So they've dropped them by 30 kilos. So before, the heaviest keg was 105 kilos, and now they've dropped it to 70 kilos or 75 kilos. Super light, so I'll be able to just run through all those and viper them. Another change too is, well, not a change, but we've only all just been notified now. With the squats, it's not going to be on a standard squat bar, it's going to be on an axle. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing today, doing some axle squats. I'm just currently going through the warm-ups. Working up to 5 sets of 5 today at 165 kilos. I'm interested to see how that's going to go because I haven't done axle before. Warming up, it feels fine. There's obviously no flex in the bar. It's completely different to a barbell in that regard, and it's a larger diameter. Other than that, it feels fine. So I'm going to crack on and I will speak to you soon. My shoulders are so tight. I had kegs yesterday and everything is just so tight up here. So trying to get into position with the squat bar is very difficult right now. I'm going to do a little bit of stretching so I can actually get into position properly. Alright, we got 165 loaded up on the bar, so this is going to be the first working set. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, in some ways it feels lighter than a standard bar, like a standard barbell, and in some ways it feels heavier. Like, there's no whip, which is a good thing, in my opinion. And the only thing that I'm struggling with is sort of gripping the bar. It's definitely awkward. But I wouldn't say it's harder than a standard barbell. Like, they both have their pros and cons, if that makes sense. We'll see how this moves, this first set, and yeah, we'll go from there. It actually felt good. The first rep, the bar started rolling down my back. I fucking shit myself, but it did feel lighter than a standard barbell for some reason. Not sure why, maybe it's the whip. But yeah, it felt good, super happy with that. Considering today, the last thing that I wanted to do was come to the gym. It's fucking late, I've got to be up super early in the morning. I'm wrecked from today. It's freezing cold. I had every excuse not to come to the gym today, but you know, this close to competition, every session counts. You know, it's so hard as an adult. It's so hard as, you know, a normal person that works a normal job and has normal responsibilities to actually go out and compete in something that's not paying you any money on top of all your other responsibilities in life as well. You know, it's very hard, but if I wasn't doing this, I definitely wouldn't be content with my life. I always have to be striving towards something competitive. You know, I was doing boxing for quite a while, had an injury and stopped it because it just wasn't practical. And you know, strength has always been a big part of my life. Like growing up, me and my older brother Brady, which, you know, he's one of Australia's strongest men now. We used to stay up late and watch the world's strongest man back in the days. We always used to look up to those guys. Strength was definitely a big part of our childhood. And you know, things happen throughout life, and you know, I got caught up focusing on, you know, my career, and I put a lot more attention into those other aspects of my life. But now, being just turning 27, I somehow found my way back to strength sports, and I feel like I'm ready to just give it everything I've got. You know, I'm not young. There's plenty of people younger than me doing a lot better than what I'm doing, but like, you only have one life. I just want to give it everything I've got and see how far I can go in the sport. And yeah, I feel like it's the sessions that you don't want to do always end up being the best sessions. I don't know if it's just a mental thing, but it's always the case. It's always when you cannot be fucked, or you've got every excuse under the sun to not go to the gym. Those times that you do go, you have the best session of your life. It's like a euphoric feeling. Now, I'm gonna go and smash out the next 4 sets of these squats, and I'll speak to you after that. On to the last set now. I'm gonna smash this set out and I'll catch you after. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I'm very happy with how that all moved, considering it was the first time I've done axle squats before. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how many I can crank out at 175 kilos come comp day. Also, another thing too, with competition day, you are allowed to wear knee wraps. So next week, I'm going to be wearing knee wraps for the first time, which I will film. So that'll be a pretty interesting experience. I heard they're pretty painful. So yeah, it should be a bit of a different feeling compared to my knee sleeves that I got on that are pretty much fucked. Like they pretty much slide off when I'm doing my squats anyway, so they're rooted. I need to get a new pair. Obviously I'm a little bit nervous, as you can imagine. You know, I'm coaching myself, so you know there's that little bit of doubt there that maybe there's something I'm not doing right, or maybe there's something I've left out, or something else I should be doing. There's always that little bit of doubt that creeps into your mind. But as long as I follow the program that I've set for myself, I think everything should work out fine. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below if you want. Like and subscribe, it goes a long way. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.